Hello, cherry lovers. I'm back in the kitchen again. Today I'm going to be showing you the first one we're going to do is the raspberry fudge balls, but I'm going to be showing you two recipes. And the second one is going to be a really quick and simple, but amazingly delicious peanut butter white chocolate fudge. So stay tuned. Okay guys, we're going to go over the utensils I'll be using and the actual ingredients. So first of all, I have a little spatula here. I work better with the smaller spatula. That's to gather up all the things on the side. I have a spoon here to stir my milk chocolate chips. Also, I have a pan over here. I think this is 11 by 13 pan, 11 by 17 pan. And it's covered in parchment paper so that it won't stick to my pan and make a mess. So right here we have 8 ounces of softened cream cheese. Make sure it's softened before you use it. We have 1 cup, which equals 6 ounces of milk chocolate chips. It's supposed to be melted. I'll show you how to do that in a second. So that will be 6 ounces of melted milk chocolate. And then in this cup, we have 3/4 cup of Biscoff crackers, or you can use vanilla wafers. And also here, I have 1/4 cup of raspberry preserves, and it is seedless. Make sure you get the seedless preserves. I don't like seeds in mine. And then this last ingredient over here is 1/2 cup of crushed almonds, and we're just gonna roll the fudge balls around in the crushed almonds. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is melt the milk chocolate. So we're gonna go over to the microwave. You wanna do this and you can start out at 30 seconds and see how well it does. And after 30 seconds, you can do 15-second intervals if it's not melting pretty good. But otherwise, you can do another 30 seconds. So we'll let that melt, and I'll be right back. Okay, let's see how it's starting to melt. Very little, so we're going to pop that back in there for another 30 seconds. And I want you to remember on the white chocolate peanut butter fudge, it is so delicious. Actually, it's one of my favorites. It's one of my family's favorites, and it's my son-in-law's favorite of all times. He loves the peanut butter fudge. And we're going to have that on the second video. So when you finish the first video, don't go anywhere, because the second video will come up and it will show you the peanut butter fudge. Okay, this is done. Take that out and see how far we've come. Oh yeah, that's a lot. It's more meltier, not anywhere where we need it to be. So we're going to pop it back in there for another 30 seconds because that's got a lot of chips in there. Okay, so I'm going to pop this in here, give it about 30 seconds, and I'll be right back. Okay, there's another 30 seconds. Let's see how it's doing. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Because of course you can still see the chunks, but if I stir this for about 5 or 6 seconds or so, it'll be completely melted. Okay, then we're going to move back over to where my ingredients are, stirring that till it's completely melted. And the first thing we're going to do is add in our cream cheese into our bowl, soften, and then we're going to add in the chocolate. And just mix that up really well. Okay. Okay. Let's get stirring that. And that warm chocolate will help that cream cheese to kind of melt even more, and it'll help it to melt faster. So you just stir that up. You want to stir that until it's well blended. And till you don't see the cream cheese anymore. Okay, that's pretty well blended. And the next thing we're going to add in is our cookie crumbs. And you want to stir that till it's pretty blended. Okay, and what you're seeing in there is a little bit of cookie crumbs, not cream cheese. Okay, and the next thing we're going to do, the last ingredient that we're going to add in here is the raspberry preserves. Okay. And then mix that up till it's really well blended. Get that mixed in there so you don't see any separate spots of raspberry preserves. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to do is create balls. So stay tuned. Let me get this thoroughly mixed and I'll be right back. Okay, there's one other thing I want to add in here too. The amount of cookie crumbs, add about another 1/4 cup, maybe a 1/2 cup, and have it on the side. Because if your fudge ball mixture is a little bit wet, then what you want to do is you want to pop this in the refrigerator for about 5 minutes so that it can get a little bit hardened. And if you need to, you can add maybe a 1/8 of a cup or maybe a little bit more to make your balls a little stiff. But I think if you stick it in the refrigerator for 5 minutes, you'll be fine. Okay, so what we're going to do, we roll this into a ball, drop it into your almond mixture, your chopped almonds, roll it around, take it out, and just sit it on your tray. Okay, and we'll do 2 or 3 more here. Take them out, roll them into a ball. Roll them in your almond mixture and take it out and put it on your pan. And I want you to know, when I first read this recipe, I thought, I'm not particular about raspberry, but it sounded great for fudge balls with raspberry preserves in the center. That sounded good to me. So I thought, well, we'll try that. And unfortunately, I have not been able to stop eating them. So you have to be real careful. These are very, very good. Okay, we're going to do another one. Just roll it up into a little ball and then drop it into your almond nut mixture and take it out and put it right on your pan. Okay, I'm going to finish the rest of this off the video, and I want to just say to each and every one of you, Merry Christmas. And if you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe. Again, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, guys. Okay, and don't forget, guys, after you get done rolling your fudge balls in your almonds, make sure you don't forget to refrigerate them or put them in the freezer. It'll be better to go into the freezer. It'll be a little less time, but just put them in your freezer for 4 hours and then they will solidify. I said solidify. They will become solid. And then you can keep them in a refrigerator after that. But they will be nice and hard, is what I'm trying to say. Hello, cherry lovers. Okay, what I have here is, you're going to be seeing 3 or 4 videos. I'm giving you some candy recipes, dessert recipes for the holidays. And I am, as everyone knows, I love sugar, but I don't really eat that much sugar. I used to eat a lot of it a long time ago. But the holidays, unfortunately, I eat a lot of sugar. But this is one of my favorite recipes. One of the things that I really do love, and that's peanut butter fudge. This is very simple and very quick. All you need here is 1 14-ounce can of condensed milk, the sweetened condensed milk. You need a 1/2 cup of peanut butter. You also need a teaspoon of vanilla. And in here, I've already added, this is my double boiler. I added 2 cups of white chocolate. Then I have my pan here. The pan that preferably you use is an 8x8. And make sure you let the paper come up and over the pan so that when you take it out of the freezer, it'll be real easy to take out of the pan. And then you can just slice it up. Okay, now another technique I want to tell you real quick. If you've got white chocolate, take your 2 cups of white chocolate, put it in your microwave at 30-second intervals. And after each 30-second, stir. Put it back in for another 30 seconds and stir until it gets to a melted consistency. And then you're just going to add everything together, which is what we're going to do right now. My white chocolate is already melted, as you can see. And then we're going to add this whole can of sweetened condensed milk. Kind of sticking at the bottom. Okay. And then we're going to add in there a 1/2 cup of creamy peanut butter. Okay, and to that, we're going to add, stay right there. Let me get my teaspoon measurer. We're just going to add into here 1 teaspoon of vanilla. This is vanilla flavoring. Okay. And then we're just going to stir this up. Now you need to stir this until it's completely mixed. That white chocolate is still nice and warm. So we're just going to stir that until it's creamy and smooth. You see a lot of lumps right now, but you just continuously stir. And that chocolate, that white chocolate, is warm enough to actually soften and melt and dissolve the peanut butter. So we're just going to continuously stir that. Ooh, I love white chocolate peanut butter. And you can see the creamy consistency coming together already. And all you're going to do once this is nice and creamy, you want to get it creamy though. You don't want to see any lumps. You just want to get it completely melted, all the ingredients together. And as you can see, just by looking at it, it's actually coming to a peanut butter fudge consistency. Okay. All right. That's coming together really well. I think that's pretty creamy. What you're going to do next, simply take that out of the water. And just so I don't get any water into my fudge, I'm going to clean that bottom. Okay, just going to stir that up, pour that into the pan. Try to get all of that out. And like I said, the best pan for this will be an 8 by 10. But I actually think that I took my 8 by 10 pan to my sister's house. So I'm improvising. And this pan is going to be perfectly fine. Okay. Now, once you get that in there, I can see a little bit of the white chocolate. I'm going to stir that a bit more. That came up right off the bottom, but it'll start to harden pretty quick. It'll start to sit. So you just want to spread that out nicely in your pan. And the next thing you're going to do is simply place that in your refrigerator for a couple of hours until it hardens. Now it may harden before then, and if it does, you're fine. And then the only thing you do once this hardens is take it out and chop it up into the size pieces that you want. And please leave a comment and tell me how much you love this peanut butter fudge. Thank you guys.